Hi, welcome to Scriptures Unveiled, and we're finishing up Daniel in chapter 1 about fasting.
Yes.
The Daniel fast specifically.
We're seeing the mystery behind the Daniel fast.
Yes.
We're not seeing it literal.
Yes. So 14 and 15 reads, "So he listened to them in this matter and tested them for the 10 days." And this is talking about them eating the vegetables and the water versus eating the king's choice meat or food, which we said was from judgment.
Yes.
And the vegetables were not.
Exactly.
And at the end of 10 days, their appearance seemed better, and they were fatter than all the youths who had been eating the king's choice food.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
It's awesome. So they're eating vegetables, and we were saying how vegetables is reproduction because it's a seed that has to go in and die. And so it's different from the meat, which, is pretty much dead flesh.
Yes.
And so at the end, when the officials, examine the difference.
Right, and it was 10 days, which is the finding wholeness within.
It is.
That's when someone finding wholeness within themselves. That's the picture.
Or done deed, yes. Mm-hmm. And so we see the difference. The difference is they were better.
Right.
And when you actually have that in Hebrew, it means they were pleasant to the higher nature.
I know.
I mean,
Isn't
literally.
that so cool?
Yes.
Yeah, pleasant to the higher, meaning they're open to the higher nature.
Yes. Yes.
So
they're aware of who they really are. Their eyes are awakened. It's aware.
It's an awakening, exactly. Yes. And it means agreeable.
Yes.
So it means to be in favor.
Yep, it means good, agreeable, yes. And agreeable is agreeable to our true selves, meaning we're agreeing of who we truly are.
Right.
Yes.
And that be in favor is not to gain favor.
Mm-mm.
It's not to try to work for favor from God.
Yes.
It's the fact that we already have favor.
We already have. It's our intrinsic inheritance.
Yes.
It's our intrinsic nature. To be favored.
Right.
That
God favors all.
The breath of God of who we are.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And so,
It's opening our eyes or awareness to our true selves versus trying to become that or trying to become whole. Mm-hmm. They just open their eyes to that. Mm-hmm. And as they open their eyes, it's fatter. And that word fatter in Hebrew is plentiful.
Yes, and it means no lack.
Yes, no lack. This is the abundant of life. It's a continual fulfillment.
Yes.
Whereas remember we were saying that the king's choice food was meat that we had to continue to slaughter. It didn't reproduce, and it was the judgment of this world. There's no fulfillment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
there's always this going back. Even when people participate.
Yeah, there's a picture that you have to kill an animal, with the sacrifices and everything, is a picture of that judgment.
It is.
It's right there.
It is, because you're separated from God.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they obey the laws? To get closer, to be approved, to be favored by by God.
Yeah. So the vegetable then, pictures being the fulfillment of being filled, like you said, plentiful.
Yes.
Reproducing.
Yes.
Where
Oneness.
the meat, you're hunger again.
Yes, you're separated.
You need to kill another.
Yes.
You have to, it's just, there's a difference there.
It is.
Yeah. And on the sacrifice, like I said, they had to sacrifice an animal, not vegetables.
Exactly. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That goes to show you that they were eating from that tree of judgment, the tree of knowledge of good and evil, from the judgment of this world.
Yeah.
It's so symbolic, all of them.
And so that's why Christ came and became, remember that?
Yes.
That judgment, that animal.
Yes.
Those, the Lamb of God.
Yes.
They say.
Yes.
Yeah.
To remind us that we are.
Yeah, he was the Lamb of God.
We're one with him.
Yes.
Yes, we're one with God.
Mm-hmm. So they were better and fatter than those eating the king's food. And the people, remember, said the king's food they were lacking. And these were fulfilled.
Yes.
They were just happy, and they were pleasant to the higher nature and agreeable and good.
Yes.
And also that word better means good.
Yeah, it does. And this is our true selves, This is us eating from that tree of life.
Mm-hmm. Yes, versus the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, which is the animal, the meat. And the vegetable would be the tree of life.
Yes.
Yeah.
And once again, in the conclusion, he even said the king, Nebuchadnezzar said they were 10 times better then the musicians and the conjurers. And the musicians during those times were the ones that I call them the shadow of the God. Like they didn't know their oneness with God, so they had to work to conjure up magic, to conjure up some type of, answer for the king, whereas they operated out of who they really were, like us being made one.
Magicians were operating in the outward realm.
Outward, yes.
Where Daniel and them were inside, the inner realm.
Yes, one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So true.
Wow.
So you see how we can look at any fast, including the Daniel fast, when you look at it outwardly, when you look at it from a religious practice, is living in the lack.
Right. It's an outward deed, which is really not necessary.
Not at all. You're still living in separation from God.
Yeah. It's like all fasts, not just the Daniel fast, are really doubt.
Yes.
Lack.
Separation. Judgment of this world. Yep. You're judging yourself not innocent.
Yeah. And I came from that place of doing those fastings.
Absolutely.
And so I do understand, and that is, I not knowingly was doing it. I was doing it to get closer to God and hear more from God, but, and it was innocent.
Yeah.
And so we're not, judging people for fasting. We're just trying to release them, to free them.
Yes. Yep. To the higher self.
Because we all did it.
Yep. Yes. Absolutely.
We all did it.
Yes.
And now we see, we didn't have to fast after all. But, God uses all things.
He does.
So it can be it should be a stepping stone.
Yeah, to unveil our true selves. He uses all things to reveal.
Right.
And so it did. It became a stepping stone for us to reveal our true nature, our oneness in God.
Right.
And to reveal the mysteries. You see how this is completely the mysteries and allegory of a deeper, reality.
Revealing the Christ mind.
Yes.
And revealing who we are. And it's just rich when you get below the
surface.
The literal.
The literal, yes.
Yes.
Very.
So we hope you enjoyed this series. I know it was a lot of parts, but we really wanted to go through it thoroughly for you.
Thank you so much for joining us. Please be sure to subscribe and hit the like button and make a comment.